Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Ertzberger with Perspective Fitwear for those of you that are just tuning in. Thank you for joining me today. In this video I'm going to talk to you more in depth about the business plan. As I said previously, I went to the Small Business Development Center and also utilized the SCORE template. So, the real value in creating the business plan isn't just having the final product, but it's in the process of researching and thinking about your business in a strategic way. So I wanted to talk to you more in depth about that. Utilizing the SCORE template, they really walk you through each of the segments that you need to kind of research: the executive summary, the general business description, the products and services, marketing plan, operational plan, management, financial statement, all of those sorts of things. So through that, I really had to find all of those resources, and I didn't really know where to start. So I started with Google. I was really fortunate that the triathlon community, their main website, USAT, had produced a PDF of the history of triathlon. They did a study on a small group of triathletes, and they had produced a template for me that really talked about in depth who the customer is, their demographics, geographics, about the triathlon community. They post that every couple of years, so they just came out with the next one. So that was super helpful for me in determining who my customers were, my target market, all of the stats that go along with that, as in they participate in other sports, not just in triathlons, what their personality is like. They exhibit a lot of tribal attributes, so that's really important for me, and that made it a lot easier to fill out from the customer standpoint. And then when it came to manufacturing, I really had to figure out, okay, who is going to produce this for me? Originally, I had one of my friends who was going to be helping me, and that didn't pan out the way that I thought it was going to, so I needed to figure out, well, who's going to produce this? And so I had to go to Google, and I just started Googling, cut and sew manufacturers. I decided I really wanted to go with someone in the U.S. because it gave me a larger span of control versus going to, overseas. Language barrier, not being able to be there, meet them, see them. Because my product is apparel, it's very specific fit, cut and design. I really wanted to be hands-on and a part of that process from start to finish. So I decided to go with a domestic manufacturer, which I also find a lot of pride in, especially being in the military. My fiance is active duty Navy, supporting our country, supporting those workers. That's something that was really important to me, and so I wanted to maintain that. And so I ended up finding someone in the U.S. that I'm now working with, and so that then helped me fill out the manufacturing process and the product and what it's going to look like, and partnering with them on design and just all of those kind of details. And then it really made me sit down and figure out my marketing strategy. So you really need to figure out, what is your go-to-market strategy? So as soon as you have that product, how are you selling it? Your only goal is to sell this as fast as possible and as much as possible. So what does that look like? What are your channels of distribution? Are you going wholesale? You need to understand, what does your wholesale margin look like? How much money are you going to be making off of each item you sell? And you need to make sure that you can have a sustainable business selling at wholesale. Or are you only going to be selling retail? Are you opening up a store? Are you just going online? How are you going to spread the word? Social media, reaching out to the local community, putting on events. All of these things can cost money, and so figuring out, okay, how much do I need to market my product, to get it out there, or whatever business that you're doing, and then how much is it going to be to manufacture it, partnering with them to figure out, okay, to produce whatever product I'm making, how much does that cost? How much can I sell it for? And that really gives you a bigger picture of what your financials can look like. And then understanding your customers, that can give you a bigger understanding of, well, how much is my business worth? Because at the end of the day, you want to know, what is my goal? Like, where am I trying to take this? Who are my customers? Is that market big enough that I can make a big impact? I can make a lot of money? Or is this just something I want to do that's smaller? So just understanding all of those key aspects is what's really important to your business and really being successful. So the business plan was extremely important, and I'm happy to help anyone write their business plan who needs help, ideas. I can show you mine, how more in depth I went about it. I'd love to just help anyone that I can. So comment below. You can message me, let me know if that's something you need help with. I'd love to help in any way that I can. So thanks for tuning in. In the next video, I'm going to start talking to you a little bit more just about the next steps I took, my process, and where I'm at today in the business, and how we're going to be getting ready to launch soon. So I'm super excited. Thank you for tuning in. And this is Stephanie Ertzberger with Perspective Fitwear. Find yours.